We got to air it out. Let's air it out. So we got to air it out. Let's air it out. So
how do you say that? Air it out? Air it out?
Air it out. What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Air It Out podcast. I am your host, Avery Collins. Listen, as you can see, we're back on this Ravens wave. I don't get it, but it's cool. I like both guys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say what's up to them. Y'all say what's up to them as well. Coach, what up, man? How you doing?
EDC. Keep going. Do not stop now. The aggressiveness we've shown so far in free agency, keep it going. I love it. Now you just need to get Z signed on that dotted line finally.
Man, oh man.
It's good week.
Oh man. Listen. We got a lot to talk about. So naturally, I had to bring my boy on, my brother from another, Dante. What up? Say what's up to the people. You got this face on like you don't look content. What's going on, Playboy?
I'm tight.
Listen, we're gonna talk about why he tight in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. You know what? We're not gonna waste any time. I'm not even gonna go and finish no more intros or nothing. Get into our first topic of the day: free agency fireworks. Developing story, breaking news potentially. Sources are stating that Devonte Adams, the premier wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Devonte Adams, who's arguably the number one receiver in the league. I don't agree, but he's arguably the number one receiver in the league. And that man is being traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. And we're hearing that he might be getting $28 million a year. $28 million. Adams, Waller, and Renfro loyally pays all for Derek Carr. Listen, if Derek Carr can't win with these guys, Derek Carr can't win. That's just it. I mean, goodness gracious, this is going to be oh my goodness. I don't. Anyway, Darren is. Oh, I'm sorry. You are right. He's an Eagles fan. My fault. I forgot about that. My bad. Thank you for the correction.
Here we go with the slander again, man. Dante.
Listen, man. So
keep trying to bring me over to the dark side.
Listen, and the Broncos go back to the fourth best offense in the division. Goodness gracious. The shade. All these wide receivers going everywhere but
Listen. We still got Julio still out there. Julio was still out there. There's still names out there for us. That is better for us. That's cool. We solid.
The NFL official Twitter page tweeted it. It's official. Ladies and gentlemen, Devonte Adams is now a Las Vegas Raider. Goodness gracious. All right, I'm just going to get you guys' thoughts. I mean, obviously there's been so many just wild free agency moves, and not just free agency moves, but trades happening. Give me your thoughts now, man. I mean, I'll start with you, Dante. Devonte Adams, he's a Raider. Do you want to see him in the black and silver? Is this the right move? Are they tripping? You seem real upset. So I need to know your thoughts here.
It's a good move for the Raiders. It's a real good move for the Raiders.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad move for Devonte either because they got a good quarterback over there, in my opinion. He's a good quarterback, right? It's also a good team, and I think he'll fit in with them. It's good for the Raiders. The Raiders. It's good for the Raiders, Coach.
He's going to the Raiders. If you don't know what he's referring to, the Raiders are in the AFC, and the Ravens are in the AFC.
Hold on.
See, we're not caring about him coming.
Hold on. I ain't done. I wasn't done.
All right.
But you do got to play him. But Deontay is upset because, you know what I'm saying? And I'm assuming here. I mean, Aaron Rodgers.
I'll get to it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna let Coach. I'm gonna let Coach go ahead and speak. Then go ahead, Coach.
So first off, let's be honest. This happened directly before we got on, people, and the breaking news hit as soon as it needed to, because just to hearing about a trade of Devonte Adams for 2 prime picks, and now the sources are saying Devonte Adams traded, re-signed for a 5-year, $141.25 million deal. 28.25 per year.
Goodness.
And now he's back with his old college quarterback in Derek Carr.
See, here's something that I don't think people remember. Like, it wasn't long ago that we were talking about, wow, this quarterback just got paid 20 mil, 25 mil a year. Like, now we're at the point where a receiver's getting close to 30. A wide receiver is about to be making 30 mil a year.
We already got Aaron Rodgers at 50. We have Aaron Rodgers at 50. We have Pat Mahomes at 45. People. I mean, Prescott is making 40.
Patrick Mahomes
is making 40.
Patrick Mahomes has a contract that literally states, yeah, we're going to pay you $500 million. We're going to pay you $500 million. Like, yeah, we're going to do that.
This is where it's come to, people.
Goodness gracious. Deontay, finish your, yeah. What do you talk? Okay. You know what? No. No, I'm gonna say that because we're gonna say that for later. Okay. Listen, that outside of that, right? Outside of the Devonte Adams being traded, I mean, Aaron Rodgers just signed a 5-year to 4-year deal, and he's getting $200 million.
No, he's not. He's getting 186.
That's still $200 million.
186.
Okay? That's $200
it's
million.
186.
Listen. I don't care what you say. That's 200 mil. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
200 70 mil the first year and 60 the next. I'm not trying to hear nothing about semantic, people.
Now, how
that's 130 in 2 years.
Listen, and the crazy part
150 in 3.
Bananas.
As he should.
Bananas. Now he just lost his number one weapon. Who is arguably the number one receiver in the NFL. He's going to Las Vegas now. Russell Wilson, though, he's no longer a Seattle Seahawk. Now he's traded to the Denver Broncos. I mean, I feel like this news right here is kind of trumping it. All of this stuff is like, that was big news. Russell Wilson's no longer a Seahawk. He's a Bronco. Jerry Jeudy about to eat. Courtland Sutton about to eat. They about to have an amazing offense over there. They already got a really good defense. Yeah, so Devonte Adams just got, like, what is happening right? This is why I love.
Can I say something real fast?
NFL. I love this.
Let me say something real quick about Russell Wilson, right? Russell leaving the Seahawks. Yes, that was big news. But you know what mattered to me more when they left the Seahawks? Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman. They just cut Bobby Wagner.
Absolutely.
I don't care about Russell Wilson.
Absolutely.
Because he can't win without them.
No, I agree. 100%. But we are still talking about a premier quarterback in the NFL, somebody who can win you football games. I mean, we're talking about a guy who, without those guys, he still was able to push his team to almost getting to the playoffs in a very, very tough division. I mean, so it's not like the guy can't play. So
can I say something about tough divisions?
Sure.
There's a thing, right, where in tough divisions, being in the AFC North, I understand tough divisions. Yes. And I understand what it's like to be in a division where everybody can beat everybody. For sure. So more times than not, you split with somebody, they sweep somebody else, somebody else splits, and then 3 of y'all make the playoffs anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Unless you sweep your division, your tough division doesn't matter and what you did in it. It doesn't matter. You're playing these people 3 times a year. Trust me, I grew up watching it. Ravens, Steelers 3 times a year. Sometimes Ravens, Bengals 3 times a year. So it's like we've been seeing this all these years of this NFC West is this division. We're like, man, chill.
I mean, but we gotta look at
we still here. Like,
but we gotta look at the rest of the conference as well. So if the rest of the conference is doing well and you're in a tough division, that makes it that much harder for you to then make the playoffs.
All you gotta do is beat one of them twice.
I mean,
they all gonna beat each other. They all gonna knock each other out. So just beat one of them twice and be at the top.
Or just be like a couple years ago. We had the Panthers, us, and the Steelers all in at once.
Right.
That's the point, though. That's the point. How like it's not often that happens, and it's not easy because you're in a tough division. That's the point I'm saying. And so my point is, Russell was still able to compete in a tough division. That is it.
Right.
And like that news is just completely overshadowed by all the other things. You know what? Another one you brought up, Bobby Wagner. We're talking about. Arguably our generation's potentially best linebacker. I personally feel like he might be that only because, Luke Kuechly retired early. Patrick Willis, some people might say, is not really in that generation or in that class, right? So the only other person you can think of, at least that for me, is Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
I mean, and so he's released at 32 years old. It's not like by any stretch of the imagination that he's extremely old or anything like that. He still produces year in and year out one of the best covers.
We're talking about what he did just last year.
I mean,
over 170 tackles last year.
I mean, and so that news, and oh my goodness, it's just I don't know what to make of all of this. There's so much going on. I love it. But I'm also
wait.
I don't know.
Avery, let's blow everybody's mind once more. Bills, Von Miller. Bills and Von Miller.
6 years.
Let's talk about that, people.
Six years.
Let's talk about the 6 year.
What happened?
Yesterday, 6 years. Von Miller. Yes.
I don't watch TV, bro.
100.
Wait. There's more. Did we forget? We already seen Max Crosby got his money right with the Raiders as we're talking about him. Then who do they sign? But Chandler Jones to a 3-year, $54 million deal. And then
Chandler Jones is now a Las Vegas Raider. Yes.
Wait. Ngakoue gets traded to the Colts. Same day.
Say the name again.
Yannick Ngakoue gets traded from the Raiders to the Colts.
Okay.
I mean,
Yannick Ngakoue should still be the Raiders, but we'll leave it alone.
If you pay Max Crosby and you bring in the guy,
they already did. I believe they paid Max Crosby.
They did. That's what I'm saying. They paid him. They paid Chandler Jones. One had to go. Yannick Ngakoue, unfortunately, was the odd man out. And people keep sleeping on him. The man has not yet had a season where he's had under 8 sacks. Every year since he's been in the league, he's had at minimum 8 sacks every single year of his career, including last year in which he had double-digit sacks.
Now this one right here,
Chris. I was waiting for somebody to say
this one. This one right here. This one blows.
21 mil per, and you never had 1,000 yards. Your best season was 900. 9, and you wasn't even the top 2, top 1 on your team at the time. Oh my God!
I mean. So now here's my question: did he just reset the market? Because we seen him get 21. Devonte basically got 30. Like, is this the after effects, the domino effects of somebody like Christian Kirk?
Let's talk about it. A-Rob only got 46 today. 3 years, 46 to the Rams. 3 years, 46 to the Rams. For a guy like A-Rob, who is 10 times better than Christian Kirk, but he couldn't get a better deal?
I mean, one is older.
Listen here. I would take A-Rob any day of the week over Christian Kirk. Let's
That's
really be honest. Which one is a bona fide number one with the most terrible lineup of quarterbacks throwing to him, and he still produced year in and year out. The only time he has not produced is when you can visibly see or know he has had injuries with his torn ACL early on in his career and the hamstring issues last year.
You know what? With all this free agency talk and all these trades, we're going to move into the next subject, okay? And I need to know who do you think has made the best free agency moves so far this offseason? I mean, I've got my guess, but I want to hear from you, Darren. Talk to me. What team to you is like, yeah, no, they made some phenomenal moves.
All right, I'm gonna put this out there first. I don't care. Let the bias come. It's fine. It is what it is. But
you better not say the Ravens.
I've loved some of the moves the Ravens made. Signing Marcus Williams, a younger guy that's been a proven guy to be a Pro Bowler every single year, and Morgan Moses to help shore up our front. That is a very underrated signing I really love. I'm mad we missed out on Z right now, but I still like the way we're going, especially with the Michael Pierce. So that was just an honorable mention. But the one I really love for free agency moves, Chargers. The Chargers are loading up, whether it is re-signing their guys, bringing in new guys, and then just signing guys. Oh, my God. The Chargers said, oh, you bring Russell Wilson here. We already have to deal with Patrick Mahomes. We already have to deal with Derek Carr. This is what you do? Okay, we have something for you. Offense, get reloaded. Defense, let's keep reloading. And they still have money to go and get more. I love the moves they're making, and they're giving Justin Herbert every chance possible. Every chance possible to be great.
Yes, I am.
Avery, you don't have to be sick of it. It is what it is.
Tired of this. I'm tired of this Eagles fan fronting like a Ravens fan and talking about being a homer and being biased. I'm tired of all of it. I'm tired. All right.
Here we go.
Deontay, what team has been making the best, best?
So listen, I was putting thought into these things, but something happened right before we came on here, and it's distracting me, okay? Right now, I cannot get my mind off of these Raiders, all right? You guys, they're trading for Devonte. You guys said they signed Chandler Jones, am I correct?
Let go of Ngakwe, re-sign Max Crosby.
Oh, my. So, in our NFL, can't win without a quarterback. So, obviously, Broncos get Russell Wilson. That's a big move because I've been saying for years the Broncos are a quarterback away from really being a team because they are.
Yeah.
Now they got a quarterback. So that's a big move. And that's a great quarterback division too. So that's going to be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
But these Raiders. J.C. Jackson went to the Chargers, right? Big move.
J.C. and Khalil Mack. You get the second leading interception leader 2 years running.
And re-sign Mike Will.
Yo, question. How y'all feel about Khalil Mack going back to Mike linebacker? Because y'all remember that year he was all pro at edge rusher and Mike?
Mm-hmm.
He went to
I don't think
Chicago.
he'll be back Mike. I don't think he'll be back Mike, but
I need him to go back Mike a little bit.
Listen,
just because he's getting older.
If they're going to do it, they should have kept their guy instead of letting him go to the Seahawks. And I believe it's in Nosway, their pass rushing linebacker. Who was solid off the edge. Solid. You wanted to do that with Khalil Mack?
I just don't think Khalil Mack is a defensive end.
No, he has always been an outside linebacker.
But
he has one of the best edge rush or pass rush there
is. When the tackle has something else to worry about.
Yeah, he's got cut, and no, he's not a top 5.
We will get there, settle down.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We'll get there, but yeah, no, he's not a top 5 wide receiver. I wouldn't say that right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. I mean, I still give him my top 10, but I wouldn't put him top 5 right now. No, not at all. But again, at the same time, he did have Ryan Tannehill throwing him the ball. But anyway,
Yeah, but I said the Raiders.
Okay.
So I like Russell to the Broncos, but the Raiders right now, they're just on my mind.
Got you.
Ooh, they on my mind.
For me, I'm gonna have to agree with Coach here, man. The Chargers, they bugged out. I'm sorry. Like JC Jackson. Now you got JC and Derwin James is still back there. Then you bring in Khalil Mack to go along with Joey Bosa. You re-sign Mike Will so you don't lose anything on offense.
I remember JC Treader. Corey Linsley, Rashawn Slater.
This is the Chargers are gearing up. They like, listen, we're not wasting Justin Herbert talent. I'm actually surprised the Bengals haven't been moving like this because, like, I mean, look, the Chargers. I've stood by the stance of the Chargers are that always on the brink team. They are always on the brink of greatness. I'm talking about like being dominant great. And you're talking about one of easily the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. And now he's got more help on defense. Listen, the Chargers, they could really be scary, man. They could be really, really scary. So that's my team. We'll move to the next topic here. And who is the worst?
Real quick.
Say something.
Okay, listen. Yeah, go ahead, Coach. You go ahead and end that, and then we'll get to the worst.
Yeah, real quick. The Bengals actually made some moves because they've done the smartest moves they can possibly make. They've attacked that O-line with no regards for money.
Yeah, for sure.
They already got Kappa. They went and got another guard. They are making the moves that is needed to be made because they say, you know what, we got there with an okay defense, an amazing skill set, but no protection, and made it all the way to the bowl. Get this man some protection, and we gonna win it. That's how the Bengals are feeling, and they making all the right moves right now as well.
They're doing the right things as far as, I'm just saying I thought they would be making more, I don't know, loud noises. These are loud noises in Cincy because you got to protect that quarterback. He's that good. Like, he's really good. But man, oh man, the Chargers. I'm just shocked. I'm just shocked at what's going on. And yeah, it's pretty wild. Jerome says AFC West is the AFC Pro Bowl team. He can't take credit for that one though. All right, so we'll get into the worst. Who do you think had the worst free agent move this offseason? I'll start with you, Deonte.
I'm last, bro.
Yeah. Okay, Coach. It's on you.
Listen. I will let Devonte go. Thank you. Take the words out of my mouth, Chris. Please, just say it for me. Speak for me on this one because what are the Jags thinking, people? What are they thinking with some of these moves? Just hear this. For their receiver room, in the last 2 years, they spent over $117 million for receivers. They got Marvin Jones, who was a very good number 2, number 3 receiver. Not complaining. But then you go out and get Christian Kirk. You go out and get Evan Ingram, and then you want to move him just to wide out. I don't think that was the best move, especially on a 1-year deal. And another no-name guy. What are you doing? Listen, my fiance showed me something earlier, and it basically stated, when we see the Jags, we know everyone's lying when they say that's their favorite team. It's no one's favorite team. Come on now. They make the stupidest moves. I will give them one move that they made that was solid, and that is going out and getting the Falcons' former linebacker, who I cannot pronounce his name, so I will not butcher it. But
Foye Oluokun.
Thank you, Foye Oluokun. The guy, man, listen, he's a beast. He's good to an extent, and he's better, and honestly, for me, an upgrade over what they had in Miles Jack. Miles Jack was a tackling machine, but that was about it. He was not much more than a tackling machine. His coverage skills were diminished over time, and it was visibly shown. In 5 years, he only had 6.5 sacks, 2 interceptions. I'm sorry, 3 interceptions and 3 forced fumbles. And most were from his prolific with that 2017 season. Sorry. He's just a tackling guy. That's why I'm not mad he went to the Steelers. But Jags, easy. Hands down.
Okay. Ah, man. Man, oh man. We definitely will. Okay, so since Beyonce said he's last, I'm gonna go. The worst free agency moves. I wanted to say the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think that's pretty evident. But I'm gonna say, it's my personal opinion, I'm gonna say the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mitchell Trubisky?
Thank you.
Mitchell Trubisky? Mitchell Trubisky? I mean, that's kind of, like, it's questionable. Now, I actually like the Miles Jack one because I think that him with Devin White, I think they're going to be really good because you're talking about speed. You're talking about dudes that's going to be able to fly all over the field. So I think that's a really good move for their defense because their defense wants to play fast and play physical and tackle. And that's what's going to happen with adding a guy. But Mitchell Trubisky going to be the signal caller. That's the one here. You know what I'm saying? He's replacing Big Ben. Oh, all right. Okay. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. You know what I'm saying?
One less team to worry about.
Person in the NFL has gotten the point of a salary cap. Hello, Mom. What's up? How you doing? All right. I can feel heat coming off Deontay's head. He's steaming up. Cowboys are having a bad time in free agency. I love it. Okay, yeah, they're not doing the best either. Yeah, so I'll agree there. Deontay,
they got fleeced by the Browns who they don't even know what they want to do with their quarterback.
It's my turn.
If real quick, if you don't know what you're talking about, Coach is referring to them trying to go after Deshaun Watson, then taking out of the running for Deshaun Watson. Then after that, Baker Mayfield requests a trade, and they say, "Yeah, no, bro." And so that's what he's referring to. Deontay, the floor is yours.
So it has been made quite clear that I am a Ravens fan. But today, I am coming to you as an Aaron Rodgers fan. And I know this is unorthodox as we are speaking on worst free agency moves. But I have to go with what I feel is the worst decision made this offseason, and that is Aaron Rodgers going back to the Packers. Now, I will say this because the Packers have made it quite clear that they do not want this man to win. How dare you? How dare you wait for this man to agree to come back to your team, sign him, and then say, you know what? Your best friend out. Just throw him out. I don't care about none of this. Devonte and Aaron have been the most prolific duo in the NFL for quite some time now.
That is a fact.
This man just agreed to come back to your team, and you get rid of his best weapon. Not only that, they have proven they don't want to fix their defensive line. They have proven they don't care about getting pressure on the quarterback. They have proven they don't care about protecting Aaron. They have proven they don't care about stopping the run. They don't care about fixing the special teams. They don't care. All they want is for Aaron to be Aaron. And now there is this there is this overwhelmingly whatever. There is this highly agreed upon opinion about Aaron that he is only about stats and he does not win. But in the team's big losses, they're never him. It is just the fact that the team, once they get to the big moments and they play really good teams that have really solid overall team foundations, the Packers show that their weaknesses are really, really, really weak. We go back a few years ago when they lost to the 49ers, right, in the playoffs. They gave up 208 rushing yards before contact. Then that offseason, what did they do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They signed a cornerback. They drafted a cornerback. Nothing. You go this season. How dare you let Zadarius walk out the door? Preston was hurt last year. Y'all had the Smith Foundation. Then they let Zadarius just walk out the door. Okay, cool. Because Preston's coming back. You keep Preston because he shores up your interior defensive line. You need that. Now, I said this when Bobby got released. I posted on Facebook. I said, Bobby Wagner is the key to the Packers taking the next step. Well, now bump all that. Bump all that. Because Aaron ain't got nobody to throw to. MVS gone. Devonte gone. So who the number one now? Alan Lazard. Well, what you actually saying is that Aaron?
Amari Rodgers, maybe.
I'm not talking.
St. Brown is gone. We don't know anything about their tight ends already, people.
I'm not talking no Roberts right now.
It is a very, very deep wide receiver class. Shout out to my twin Ray Roberts in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Ray is out here. But it is a very.
Let me say one more thing.
Okay.
Because I want to be very clear. I don't fully blame the Packers. I do blame Devonte a little bit because I feel a little bit different about the franchise tag over the past couple of years. Only person I feel like who had a right to say I'm not playing under the franchise tag again was Le'Veon Bell. Everybody else, you get franchise tagged, and you and your team just aren't coming to an agreement on a long-term deal, but you guys are trying. You take the franchise tag and you play because they're showing you that they want you on the team.
So, what about the issue of what happens if I get hurt?
I mean,
because you're looking at a situation where now he secured the bag.
Facts.
Like a bag of 30 mil that I'm pretty sure he wasn't
going
to get today.
I do agree. You have to secure your future. You do have to secure your future, which I fully understand with. I fully understand. But the franchise tag gave him and the Packers enough time to figure out a deal. Aaron freed up $18 million of cap space.
Not 28.
Come on, guys. Look, 18. Zadarius is gone. Aaron freed up $18 million. They could have made room. They could have found ways. So I don't fully blame them, but I'm just mad that they just can we help him?
Wait, so Deontay, I wanna run this by you real fast. I got this news just coming along, and Aaron Rodgers, while negotiating his contract, and this was reported by Rap Sheet, Mr. Ian Rappaport, while Aaron Rodgers was negotiating his contract, he knew Devonte Adams would never play for the Packers again. The situation was too far gone. Something had to give, and when Adams informed Green Bay he was not playing on the tag, talks got fired up.
Wow. I think honestly, that's what that's probably what led to Aaron getting the deal that he got. Like, all right, well, we're not going to have to pay this guy, so let's pay the guy that we know for sure we need. So let's pay him, and then because the honest truth is, and I hate to say it because it's a position I played, you can find good receivers, especially with as good of a quarterback as Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers didn't have his starting 3 wide receivers and beat an undefeated Cardinals team. Now, the Cardinals team wasn't, as good as we thought they were. But at the time, they were rolling. They were 8-0.
COVID.
You know what I'm saying? And so they came in there and did that without their starting 3 wide receivers. So he's proven I can win with anybody. I mean, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I can win with it. But I agree with what you're saying, Deontay. Devonte Adams is somebody that is a generational type talent, right? Like, and even more than that, it's a situation with the chemistry they had. Just the chemistry alone.
They're a generational duo.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a generational receiver. But so let me get this. Let me make sure this is understood. I think Rodgers is he's annoying and weird. No, he's not. He's not annoying, nor is he weird.
Yeah, he is.
He doesn't do anything annoying. He hasn't done anything weird.
I won't say
he doesn't talk to the media. He don't do nothing.
I won't say for like that he's weird. He is annoying though.
I'll say he's weird. Not annoying.
He annoys me
as a player.
No. I say as a player, he's just like it's kind of weird.
No. As a player, no. As a player, he's one of my favorites to watch. I'm just talking about some of the stuff he do off the field. Like get your feet off camera. That's number one. And stop acting so lax and so he got this Kobe type humble arrogance about him, but he do it wrong. Like Kobe did it.
Why can't he do?
Kobe did it right. He do it wrong. I'm not saying he's not chill. What I'm saying is there's this it's like this weird thing that he do that it's just like, oh, I'm humble. But you really not. You really cocky, you arrogant.
He never claimed humble.
I'm not saying that he did.
He don't act humble that way. He doesn't act humble though. Aaron is very much like, I'm a dog. I know I'm a dog. I just don't have to tell y'all I'm a dog. I'm a dog. That's how Aaron is. He never once is all that like, I can't do it without my teammates and stuff like that. Aaron is like, do what I gotta do.
I mean, like I said, I think he's I won't say he's weird. But he annoys now and again that's subjective, but he annoys me.
Right. I don't got time to argue about Aaron as a person. Everybody feel how they feel about Aaron. Everybody be like, I don't like him. He's a diva. He's this, but nobody can tell me why. So
whatever. I never said he's a diva.
Yeah, I argue with people.
I feel like as a person he's a bit weird, but as a player, I'd take him in.
Like I said, I mean, I gave you my reasoning, and he annoys me. I won't say he's weird. He does annoy me.
I will say something about his feet being on TV. If everybody wouldn't have kept talking about his toe, he wouldn't have to show people his toe. That's what I'm saying. Nope.
If now, me, I want to show anybody my COVID toe. You bringing attention to it. You called it COVID toe. I'm sorry.
No, he didn't. Pat McAfee called it that.
I mean,
and he's on the Pat McAfee show every other week. Every other week he's on there. He's basically another host.
He's on there every week. It's called Aaron Rodgers Tuesday.
Pop, what up? Thank you for the comments.
He's on there every week. It's Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. That is his week.
You're on there every time, so you know what it is. So you know what's going on.
Just like Ben had one in Pittsburgh. Tom Brady had one on Sirius. Nobody's talking about them.
All right, so I'm gonna say this.
I was saying something before the comment. I was saying something about Devonte.
Real quick, I just want to touch on. My dad said when you reach a certain plateau as an athlete, you can act however you want. I agree with that. Listen, I'm not saying that. Okay, it's not that you can like that you mean like, but people allow you to. Like,
yeah.
like that's just the reality of it. Like, they're going to allow you. Like, LeBron could go out and just say what he wants, and nobody's going to say anything. Nobody's going to. He's LeBron.
Be who you can afford to be.
But
KD is
Antonio Brown.
KD literally be cussing fans out, and they're like, "Well, it's KD." Like, Kyrie is like, "I'm not taking the vaccine." And they're like, "You know, we don't care." You know what I'm saying? You know, it is what it is. I mean, Ray, I don't agree with you there. Ray, I don't agree with you there.
Evolve and develop, and if you followed him, if you follow him from week to week, you can hear him speak about his relationship with his team getting better. You can see it. So it's not that crazy if you truly follow what he says and not what insiders say. So what I was going to say about Aaron knowing that Devonte wasn't coming back, if Pat McAfee doesn't say it, AJ Hawk doesn't say it, or Aaron Rodgers doesn't say it, I'm not hearing it. Because that man has shown for the past 2 seasons, he goes on there every Tuesday and will say anything. So if Aaron has something to say, he would say it. Just like when he decided he was going back to the Packers, he told Pat McAfee, and Pat McAfee told the world. He didn't tell Ian Rappaport. He didn't tell none of them. He told Pat McAfee. That's Aaron Rodgers' mouthpiece. Him or AJ Hawk.
I agree.
I might listen if Jordy Nelson say it. But I'm not listening to Greg Jennings.
I agree.
I'm listening to Ian Rappaport.
For example, I like he didn't have to call Julio on this show. If Shannon Sharp said Julio's leaving, I would have believed that. Like, the relationship is literally like this.
Right.
Like, he didn't have to call him on the show and make that. You know, if he would have just said it on the show, I'd have been like, no, Julio's gone.
Right.
If Shannon Sharp or Terrell Owens were like, yeah, no, Julio's gone, I'm believing that they're like this. So I would have believed that. You know what I'm saying? If Deion Sanders would have been like, yeah, Antonio Brown not going to be a Buck next year, I'm believing Deion. That's the type of relationship they have. So I agree. If Pat McAfee says it, Aaron Rodgers done said it already. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's true.
That's all I'm saying. It's just really easy for the Packers to be like, Aaron knew we were going to do this. Just so everybody can be like, now Aaron can't be mad. He's stupid. He went back. He can't be mad about it. Like, it's easy for the Packers to do that.
Because you got to spin the narrative.
You have to get out in front of Aaron, and that's what they always do. They always get their narrative out before Aaron does, and Aaron sits back and chills. So he can just look like the bad guy.
Enough about Aaron and enough about Devonte Adams. I need to know who's
I'm tight, bro.
I can see. But who's the best left? Like, who are the remaining free agents that are on your list that you're like, you know, these guys, they need to get picked up already. What's happening? Why are they not being picked up? Deontay, I'll start with you this time.
Okay. All right. We got Bobby Wagner, Tyrann Mathieu, Odell, Julio Jones. Right? The older GOATs, like the older best in the leagues, right? So they're not quite who they used to be, but they're still who they are. And Tyrann Mathieu needs a job. Bobby Wagner needs a job. And I understand that for guys like Bobby Wagner, he doesn't have to sign right away. He can wait for teams to get to training camp, let all the other dominoes drop, and then he can just pick his spot according to wherever he wants to go. So that's fine. He might be doing that. Tyrann might be doing that too because he's been paid. He's been a free agent multiple times. So he might be doing that too. Odell is hurt. So let me think of somebody who's not one of them and come back to me.
All right. Speaking of Bobby Wagner, I think 2 great fits for him. Obviously, one, the Rams, they just won the Super Bowl. I think him behind Aaron Donald would be absolutely a nightmare for people. And then number 2, the team that I said, they're gearing up. Because he's a free agent, he can take as little money as he wants. If he goes to the Chargers, my oh my, Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Bobby Wagner, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, oh my, just oh my. That's all I'm going to say there. Coach, talk to me. Who's the guys that you're looking at and you're like, man, what's going on? Why are they not signed? Who's the best available left for you?
All right, so I'm going to go with one that's kind of obvious with Julio Jones, but I want to go in a different route. I want to go with
he hasn't been released just yet, I don't think, or he has he.
He's gone.
Nope. Yeah, I mean he's a free agent. Yep.
Yeah, so I want to go in a different way. I want to go in the route of guys that you don't really hear about, but you know when they get on the field, they play and they are very good and very underrated. So let's start off with Dante Jackson from the Panthers. Yes, he's a little bit smaller, but 4.3 speed, back-to-back solid seasons. That's a guy that can come in right now and play either outside or inside, man or zone. It will be a great either number 2 or 3 corner for you on any team. Then you have a guy like J.C. Tretter, center from the Browns. The man was an absolute powerhouse there. He was a Pro Bowler as well as an All-Pro one season there, and he played every single down when he was there. He might be 31, but he is still one of the top centers in this league. You have a guy like Fletcher Cox, who was just recently released today from the Eagles. And we all know what Fletcher Cox does. He demands a double team, triple team. He was one of the best defensive interior linemen, period, for a very long time. And in the same conversation almost of Aaron Donald. Akeem Hicks, another interior defensive lineman. And Jarvis Landry, people. We keep thinking that Jarvis Landry is not there, but he played with Baker. Jarvis Landry is still a great receiver to me. Especially if you have in the right system.
And he's not even 30.
What is needed.
I would love him in Baltimore, bro.
Listen, put him fully in the slot. Stop trying to make him outside, inside. He is a slot wide receiver that does everything you need from there. Everything. And Odell, we can always say Odell, but we really don't know what we're going to get when we get Odell back because of the injury. But
injuries. That man been hurt for 6 years.
I like it. All right, so for me, I'm going to say obviously Bobby Wagner, right? Got to get that out there. I think Bobby Wagner being available right now, any team is going to be lucky to have him, period. So that's just me. The next I'm going to say is Fletcher Cox. I think, again, Fletcher Cox, any team, I don't care who you are, you want Fletcher Cox. I don't care if you got Aaron Donald already. If you can have Aaron Donald and Fletcher Cox, that's what you're going to, you know what I mean? So Fletcher Cox, without question. Jarvis Landry, guys you guys already named. I think, listen, Jarvis, I mean, Atlanta's a nice spot. That's all I'm saying. I think that's a great one there. Another one, I think Teron Armstead, left tackle from the Saints. I think he has been a really, really good left tackle in this league. I think that any team that is looking to bolster their offensive line and get better in that position, I think he absolutely does that immediately. I think there's not too many better left tackles in the league over him. So I think that he would be a great fit, wherever he ends up going. Excuse me. And so I think that, a team should absolutely go, there it is, after him. Keeping along with the offensive line, I think Lyell Collins as well is another guy. If he gets picked up, again, he makes your offensive line that much better. I think that teams should absolutely go after him and make it happen pretty quickly, actually, because he's not even 30 years old yet. I believe he's 28 years old. He's not even 30 years old yet. So I think that he can absolutely, make a team that much better. But I'll end it with, and I'm not a homer here because he didn't play for my team last year, but I just love the guy. Keanu Neal, man, I just think that this is a safety who's got that old school type feel. He's like, I'm going to just hit you. I don't care what happens to me. I'm going after to hit you. That's a guy that I think that could absolutely change a defense. And I think that along with how Michael Parsons played, without question, he was phenomenal this past year. But just bringing in Keanu Neal and allowing him to be who he is and just run around the field and hit people, I mean, I just think that he would be a great fit for a lot of teams. I said this before the podcast. I think a great fit for him will be the Ravens. Now that they got Marcus Williams, you bring in Keanu Neal, allow him to just run rampant in the middle of the field, play cover 3, and just go bananas. I mean, you got Marcus Peters, who loves cover 3 already. You got Marcus Williams, who can absolutely fly and he can cover the back end. Then you got Keanu. I mean, you're
Humphrey, bro. Don't forget him.
I wasn't done.
That's
too many names before you said Marlon.
That's
too many names.
No. I'm going in order. I'm going in order of what, like I said, as far as that cover 3. Marcus Peters loves cover because Marlon Humphreys is not. He's not a this or that. He's everything. He's this and that. He can play cover 3. He can play zone. He can play man. Right. And so that's the reason I was going around it, and I was going to end with Marlon Humphrey saying you allow him free range to just be Marlon Humphrey. Right. Like if he has to go against the number 1, he can do that. If he has to play in the middle and play a lot of the slot, he can do that. If he's got to guard the tight end, he can do that. Right. And so you take the pressure off of somebody like Keanu Neal from covering, because now he can just go around and hit people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's another reason why I think that it would be a great fit for them. Don't know
with our guy Patrick Queen needing some back
but
up there.
That's it for me. Deonte, you said you wanted wanted us to come back to you. So
yes, so you were just talking about my squad. You were talking about who would fit on my squad. Mm-hmm. So let me talk about who would fit on my squad for a second. Obviously, Jarvis Landry, already said it. Put him in the slot, let him block, let him do what he do, because he will knock somebody out. But then he will run those routes, give Lamar something easy to throw to, somebody that's going to be open, high percentage throws. Let's get the ball. Let's do that. Now, on the defense, for what we already do, somebody who would just be able to plug and play, Tyrann Mathieu. Remove Chuck Clark, put in Tyrann Mathieu, somebody who can actually cover man, somebody who knows how to play the flat correctly, somebody who can play hook curl, somebody who can lurk. Give us Tyrann. That would be perfection. But now back to the original question, who's the best still out there? I look at the interior defensive line as so the offensive line, the interior defensive line are like your feet. You don't got feet, you can't walk for real, right? So you got to sure up that. And right now, when I look at who's still out there, I'm looking at Fletcher Cox, who we all know, obviously. You get him, you shore it right up. But right after him, Akeem Hicks is out there.
Yeah.
Get him. Sheldon Richardson is out there.
Yeah.
And if you already got somebody and just need somebody to come in and wreck stuff too, and Ndamukong Suh is still out here. In Baltimore, listen, if you guys want to not sign another safety, let's move Marlon to 2 strong. Let's run a cover 3 like Avery said, and give us Patrick Peterson. I said what I said.
Quick question. Deonte. So we're gonna do this. How about this? How about this proposal? Instead of getting Z, we sign a 1-year deal, and hear me out.
Hey man, no, y'all not about to take over this damn podcast. You're not about to do this. I'm about to mute y'all. Y'all not about to do this. Y'all not.
We talking about free
podcast. No, we're not about to have a Ravens podcast over here. Talk about y'all being GMs and stuff. No,
we're talking about free agents, bro.
No, we're not.
We're talking about what makes sense.
Y'all are not hijacking
the best possibilities of what can happen in free agents, bro.
Call it what it is.
Listen, we're not doing
this is why he has to be here every week, man.
Anyway, we're going to move into the last topic here today. We're going to keep it short because we still don't know. All right. So I need to know, you know what I'm saying? Where do y'all think Deshaun Watson lands? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of rumors. The Browns were in the running, the Saints, the Panthers, the Falcons. We really don't know. A lot of rumors out there. Deontay, I'll start with you. Where does Deshaun Watson land in your opinion?
So I personally think if Atlanta's in the running, he goes to Atlanta. And I think there'll be a 3-way trade and Matt Ryan ends up in Indianapolis. I don't know what Indy's gonna send the Texans to get Matt Ryan, but there's gonna be a 3-way trade. And I think if Atlanta is truly in the running, he goes to Atlanta. The boy wants to go home. He called them, said, "Hey, yo, let's chat." I think he goes to Atlanta if Atlanta is on the table, which would be good for you, Avery. See, look at us talking about your squad.
I mean, would it be good for us? Because they're talking about not taking anything less than 3 first-round picks, and we're talking about a team that still has holes, right? Like, as much as I would love to have Deshaun Watson, I'm fearful of what we'd have to give up in order to get Deshaun Watson.
That's the one thing I don't like about the NFL. A guy ain't playing a year, probably gonna get suspended. Y'all want 3 first-round picks? Come on.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so I'm concerned with that. Coach, where do you think he lands?
Russ went for 3 ones, didn't he?
No.
I don't think he lands.
2?
I think it was no.
Coach.
I think it was one or there's like 1 or 2 ones. Noah Fant and I think like a second round.
Right. I'm pretty sure it was 2 ones. So
it was 2 ones, 2 seconds. Noah Fant and Sheldon Davis, defensive interior lineman.
Yeah.
So if Russ went for 2, Deshaun can't go for 3.
So we'll see.
We'll
see. All right, Coach.
One of them got a ring, the other one don't, man.
Where is he going?
All right, real quick. He can still go for 3 only because of age. Only because of age.
And potential.
More longevity with Deshaun Watson than you would with Russell Wilson at this point. That is the only reason why I would say more for him. But Avery, I can see him going to Atlanta, but I don't think that's where he fully lands. I can actually see him going to the Saints possibly, but their cap situation is hell, so I don't think that will work out. The Bucks, I don't see it happen, especially with Tom Brady back now.
Of course.
But I can't believe I'm about to say this.
I said you was just running through options. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's so many options he can go to, even with the Browns. But I can't believe I'm about to say this, but hear me out, people. I think he goes to the Colts. I think he is what the Colts are going to be looking for because the Colts have the ammunition, they have the cap space, and they are right now one of the better teams in position to actually make moves like this, and it'll work out. They have enough pieces in the draft where they can get him. They have a good bit of weapons for him where they can stretch the field, run the ball, have the great defense. We already see they are shoring up that pass rush with guys like Nick Ngakoue. I just think it makes a whole lot of sense, especially with a lot of the other slots. 4 quarterbacks out there already being filled. Even if they are terrible picks for them, Steelers. But I just think with all of the chips where they are, the Colts is probably the best landing spot for any free agent quarterback, including Deshaun Watson. I don't think he'll go there realistically, but if he goes anywhere, his best landing spot, would be the Colts. Yeah. It's going to be either him or Jimmy G. I'm telling you.
So I agree with you. I think the best spot for him, without question, is Indianapolis. They are a team, like Deontay said about the Broncos, they're a team that's a quarterback away from really being dangerous, right? Like they're really that defense. Darius Leonard, shout out to HBCU alum, is absolutely a monster in the middle of that defense.
That's what it's called.
Yeah, I just they are good. Michael Pittman is showing up and showing out. And Jonathan Taylor, who was my MVP, is just a downright dog. So I mean they absolutely have a phenomenal team. But I think he lands in Atlanta. Now this is not me saying, oh yeah, I'm happy. Like I said, I'm concerned with what we would have to give up for Atlanta. For us to land him, I should say, because again, you're talking 3 first-round picks with a team that has a lot of holes. You're not going to have Calvin Ridley, so you got to get somebody in the receiver room because the Bucs just signed your second best receiver after Calvin Ridley and Russell Gage off of one phone call from Tom Brady. Simple as that. So now you're looking at, I mean, what is he going to throw to? Because Hayden Hurst is no longer there at tight end. So you got Kyle Pitts, and that's it, right? So that's the first thing. Second thing is the offensive line isn't great. Yes, we re-signed Jake Matthews. Love that. But we still can't run the football. I mean, he's going from one bad offensive line to another bad offensive line and with less weapons. Our defense can't stop anybody from scoring. There's so many holes on our team that I just don't know if it makes sense for us to go after him and get him. Now, here's some things that I'm hearing around per my sources. One, Kyle Pitts, and then now the lead tweet said it's about to be scary in Atlanta. Now, he's retracted that tweet. He deleted that tweet and said he was referring to when Casey Hayward, former Chargers and Raiders quarterback, who they just signed today, and that's what he was saying he was referring to. But we will see. But him, Casey Hayward, Deshaun Watson, and AJ Terrell have the same agent. That's another thing that is very, very interesting to me. The Falcons did inform Matt Ryan last week that they are pursuing Deshaun Watson. Okay, so they're interested. Okay. Also, as Deontay pointed out, Watson reached out to Atlanta, not the other way around. Like, he reached out to them first. I'm not saying that they would not have reached out to him, but he reached out to them first. He actually has a really good and personal relationship with Arthur Blank. He used to be a ball boy for the Falcons, and he's from Atlanta. So these are all factors that make me lean toward that's probably where he's going to end up. I'm just concerned with what we're going to have to give up. Falcons now have pushed back the $7.5 million roster bonus due Friday to Matt Ryan on Tuesday, giving Atlanta 4 extra days to hear the Deshaun Watson decision and be able to trade Matt Ryan if necessary. This is per Adam Schefter. So it looks like they're really going in or all in for Deshaun Watson, which, again, scary to me. I would love to have Deshaun Watson in Atlanta for the sake of he's a phenomenal football player. He's a top 10 quarterback without question. There's no argument about it. He's a talent. He can throw the football down the field. He's accurate. He can move. He can do all those different things. And he's young. So I absolutely would love to have him on the team. But I'm concerned for what we would have to give up to get him. Deontay, looks like you wanted to chime in.
I was just going to say that maybe your front office is learning how to actually win in the NFL. And I think the teams who win understand that the draft does not win you Super Bowls. It is free agency that does. So maybe they're just waiting for the Deshaun Watson ball to drop, and then they'll just start making moves left and right. Let's say y'all get Deshaun Watson. Hold on. Let's say y'all get Deshaun Watson, Matt Ryan move out. Y'all free up some money. Y'all get Odell on vet men, bring in Will Fuller. Bring Julio back on vet men, get all the old heads back. We shore up that offense a little bit, get a lineman or two. You can find apparently this draft is real heavy on the defensive and on the offense and defensive line. So maybe it's real deep. Maybe y'all can find a gem or two in there. Like, who knows?
Absolutely. I think that I think this draft for me is a draft where there's no A+ player. Like, I don't see anybody who's like, you're an A+ Hall of Fame potential player coming out this draft. What I do see is a draft deep of Pro Bowl players. Like, these guys are just going to be around and be good. They may not be generational talents or anything, but they're not. You're not going to see a lot of busts in this draft, in my opinion. I feel like this draft is a deep draft of players who can play football. They just know how to play football and play at a really good level.
And bro, that might be a good thing overall, because a lot of times in the draft, the guys that are coming out and look like they're shoe-in Hall of Famers coming into the NFL are not.
Yeah, so, very, very true. And I would listen. I would love to bring Julio back. Absolutely.
He's not coming back.
He's not coming back, but I would love to bring Julio back. I would love to have either Jarvis Landry or Odell. But again, you're talking about receivers now who are at a point in their career where well, one, Odell just had a child and got married. He like, I'm trying to probably secure a bag. He's already got his ring, so he might want to be looking to secure a bag. Maybe, I don't know. And we don't got that bag for him. Jarvis Landry, I think
his third slice of the pie. Like it, I don't know.
I mean, I'm just saying. So, and then like I said, even with that being said, it's like we still need an offensive line to protect him, so he can get the ball to a Julio Jones, an Odell, a Jarvis Landry. You gotta shore some things up. And then, like I said, giving up that first round pick at 8, we're in a very, very good position to trade back, stockpile some more picks, or go after who I think is the best safety in this draft. I'm not going to say his name because I don't want nobody getting too many ideas. Y'all know who it is, though. I think he. If there's any player in the draft, I think he has the potential to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I think he reminds me a lot of Ed Reed. Deontay, I'll send you his film. Coach.
I can't believe I'm about to say this. Deontay made a whole lot of sense with the way he set it up for getting all the old heads back. And hear me out. If they do it correctly, let's just say Deshaun Watson goes there, they trade Matt Ryan. The first thing they do is get 2 old linemen, get Jarvis Landry. And since this draft is as deep as it is, you go ahead and draft 2 receivers and 2 linemen. 1 for offense, 1 for defense.
Now
that would be your best bet because the secondary for you guys, it's not terrible. You have great pieces there for you in the secondary in A.J. Terrell and now Casey Hayward. The line for defense can be worked on, but it's not terrible at least for a year. It's not at least dumpster fire for
outside
1
of
year.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. On that defense, like the front 7, outside of Grady Jarrett, and if they don't get like another D tackle to help,
and that's why I say you draft one. You draft 1 D lineman and 1 O lineman. Outside of
Grady Jarrett, and if they don't get a big beefy D tackle like
Jordan Davis,
again. But how are we going to get a Jordan Davis giving up these draft picks to get Deshaun? This is what I'm talking about.
And Ndamukong Suh.
Because you have it deep.
He'll come in
the
for
old head back together if needed. Get the old head back together.
Listen. Okay, I'm not mad at it. I would prefer to probably have.
Listen, if you,
I probably would want to have Hicks because he's younger.
You can get enough rookies to make up for it for next.
But he's looking for
next year. You will have that cap room.
I mean, listen. Obviously, this would be a 3-year plan. I think Terry Fontenot is doing a pretty good job as our GM, so I'm not mad at him or anything like that. I'm just concerned because that's a lot to give up. When we could be stockpiling picks right now, you know what I'm saying? We could really be getting busy and pulling our Bill Belichick right now. Be like, man, what we need this for, man? Bump this and be creating a
Bill does it through free agency.
Huh?
Bill has always done it through free agency.
Yes, the staple pieces without question are from the free agency. However, he does draft well. That's all.
In the 4th through 7th round.
And that, I mean, yes, but that's what I'm saying.
Get them y'all got that. Give them first.
Get
up.
them
again. Bring the old heads in to start for now.
Trying to tell you,
draft the young guys and give them their year or 2 to develop.
We gonna see. We gonna see.
All 1 year rentals. That's all you guys see.
We will see.
Let me get a GM job.
Listen, we will see. All we need is Ozzy. If we had Ozzy, I think we'd be straight. But anyway, that's gonna do it for us at the Air Out Podcast. We thank you all for joining with us. We kind of went over a little bit, but again, we had a lot to talk about. Like I said, a whole bunch to talk about. Want to thank Deontay for jumping on as usual. Listen, don't forget to follow us on all your social media platforms. That's Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And wherever you listen to your podcast, go listen to us. That's, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those different things like that. Listen, follow us on Facebook at Inside the Hashes, Instagram at Inside the Hashes, and Twitter at Inside Hashes. And please go to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like the video, share them, and then turn on the notification buttons. We want you to turn that notification button on so you know when we go live, so you can get your comments in and you can see them on live just like this. Thank you, Pop. Truly appreciate it. We love to interact with you. RPO podcast special night on Saturday. Don't forget to check that out. My twin Ray Roberts and our CEO Jerome Jones RPO this Saturday. Again, go to the YouTube channel and make sure you turn on that notification button. And don't forget to check out the website, www.insidethehashes.com. You get all your content right there. Blogs, gaming, fantasy football, podcasts, interviews. We got it all. We are the apex of football. It is the Air It Out podcast from Inside the Hashes. You know what I'm saying? And before we go, I would like to say,
Deontay, let's talk about anything Ravens. How about that?
I just want to say, for a second. I just want to know if it has nothing. It has nothing to do with Matt Ryan. It has nothing to do with Matt Ryan.
Let's talk about Julio.
It has nothing to do with Matt Ryan. Nothing to do with Matt Ryan. I just want to know Deshaun Watson. If we get Deshaun Watson, right? Is he going to pat the ball like Matt Ryan? Is he going to pat the ball? That's what I want to know. I just don't want him patting the ball or anything like that. That's going to be a whole issue for me. Just stop patting the ball, Matt Ryan, because if you might not be getting traded if you stop passing the ball. That's all I'm saying. If he wouldn't be getting traded right now if you stop patting the ball. That's all I'm saying. But, it is what it is. Matt Ryan was patting the ball. I just don't want Deshaun Watson patting the ball either, because that's going to be an issue for me, because then he might get traded and it's going to be